Hi, everybody. It's Kimberly and Gabrielle again. And Gabrielle actually asked me a question, and so I figured that I would respond to it in a video because maybe somebody else is interested in her question. So go ahead, Gabby.
The question is, why did you go on Divas in Defense?
That is a really good question. So, why did I join Divas in Defense? Thanks, Gabby. So, it all started many years ago when I was a manicurist. I listened to women all the time, and I realized that I wanted to do something different with my career. And so, I looked at nursing. I went to nursing school and I graduated. And while you're in nursing school, you get to see all the different types of ways that nurses can contribute. And, there's many different types of nurses, and so what I was drawn to was women's health and women's health issues, and so I chose to go into women's health. And I landed my first nursing job at Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, very prestigious hospital. And that's where I got my start. I met a lot of women and young girls. And very early on, I realized that these women and these young girls were going through some terrible situations in their relationships, and they didn't have any support, and they had abusive partners, and they didn't really know what to do, and so it was very difficult, and especially at times when it's supposed to be a wonderful experience. I mean, you're having a baby and it's supposed to be a happy time, but it wasn't always a happy time. And so I knew that I was in the right place, but I knew that there was something else that I needed to do to kind of help these women. I also realized that me at the bedside, taking care of one patient at a time, was not getting through, or not getting any message out in a timely fashion. Basically, one patient at a time was not enough for me. I needed to be able to reach way more people. So that helped me think about my next career move, which was to become a nurse leader. And so I went back to school, got a master's degree in healthcare administration. And at that point, I thought I was doing something because I was directing bedside care through the hands of many nurses at that point. So I was affecting the care of more women, which was my plan. And so, that was a wonderful feeling. I was able to help in the education and, providing resources for many more women than I was ever able to do on my own at the bedside. And so, and that's what I did. I did that for about 7 years or so. Before I moved over to Mercy Medical Center, another beautiful, prestigious hospital in Baltimore, and I, worked there as a nurse leader. Um, as I continued into my career, I realized that in women's health, it was pretty focused. So there were some things that I needed to direct to make sure that the care we were delivering quality care, but there was still something missing. The women that we were caring for, while we were providing education and giving them resources, it just wasn't enough for me. And so the next thing I decided to do is research. Are you okay? Research some ways that I could bring more value and more education, to a set of patients, or a population of patients that truly, truly is at risk. And there are so many, but because women's health was my background, that's where I felt the need was, and where I could be most helpful. And so I started researching things that I could do related to what was going on with the patients that I saw. There was a lot of violence and, a lot of bad relationships, and the women didn't really understand half of the time that they were in abusive relationships. So I thought, hey, I could do public speaking and address these issues with larger groups of people. And that was great. But me telling somebody what to do to help them get out of a bad situation wasn't enough. I need to actually show women how to physically protect themselves. And so I researched this company that I'm now with, Divas in Defense, and their mission was it aligned with my personal values and beliefs, and I knew right away that that's what I wanted to do. Now, I researched for 6 whole months before I sat down and said, okay, I'm in, because I wanted to make sure that what I was teaching and the methods that we would be using would be valuable, useful information that a patient or a client or participant in a class would really be able to use. And so I found Divas in Defense, and it's probably the best decision that I have ever made, because now that void is being filled. I'm able to train the group of patients, a group of women and girls who desperately need the education. They desperately need someone who can walk them through certain issues, and someone who can actually give them good resources and can help them with techniques that can help actually prevent them from getting themselves into dangerous situations. And so that should answer the question. It was a long response, but that's why I joined Divas in Defense, because I definitely agree with the mission of providing women and girls with the tools imperative to their personal safety. All right, and that's the end of that question. You guys have a good day.
Bye.